We begin with a bottle. It sits quietly in your kitchen, perhaps near the stove, perhaps inside the cupboard. It's golden, smooth, and looks innocent. The label says vegetable oil. Maybe it even says heart-healthy or cholesterol-free. You've seen it in every home, in every supermarket, on every commercial. It's cheap, easy to use, and everywhere. For years, we've poured it into our pans, deep-fried our meals, or mixed it into dressings, all while thinking we were doing something safe. But this bottle, the one you trust, the one you use every day, may be silently poisoning you. This isn't just fear. This is a reality backed by decades of science hidden in plain sight. Because inside that bottle isn't just oil. It's a refined product of industrial processing, heat, pressure, chemicals, and deception. And once it enters your body, it doesn't nourish, it inflames. It doesn't heal, it damages, it doesn't support your heart, it attacks it. The oils we're talking about are marketed as vegetable oils, but they're far from vegetables. Canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, cottonseed oil. These oils are not cold-pressed or natural. They're extracted from seeds that were never meant to be eaten in this way. Their extraction requires high heat, chemical solvents like hexane, bleaching agents, and deodorizing treatments. The final product is colorless, tasteless, and toxic. You may wonder, how can something so common be so dangerous? That's the trap. These oils are used in nearly every processed food. Chips, cookies, frozen meals, sauces, salad dressings, even so-called healthy granola bars. They're cheap, shelf-stable, and profitable, so they're everywhere. But once inside the body, they behave differently than natural fats. They are rich in omega-6 polyunsaturated fats, which, in excess, create an imbalance. And this imbalance leads to chronic inflammation, the root of nearly every major disease: heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, Alzheimer's, even cancer. Your body was never designed to process so much omega-6. In fact, your ancestors barely consumed these oils. Their fat came from natural sources: olive oil, animal fats, nuts, seeds, fish. Balanced, stable, whole. But today, the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 in the modern diet is completely off. And that imbalance is a slow poison. You may not feel it today, but over time the damage accumulates. Cell by cell, organ by organ. Let's take the heart. These oils were once marketed as heart-healthy alternatives to saturated fat. But the irony is bitter. Studies have shown that the oxidation of polyunsaturated oils in the body can contribute to plaque buildup in arteries. When heated, especially during frying, these oils degrade into toxic byproducts: aldehydes, lipid peroxides, and free radicals. These compounds damage your blood vessels. They attack your LDL cholesterol, turning it from a carrier into a threat. They stress your liver, impair your insulin sensitivity, and inflame your joints. And it doesn't stop there. These oils are unstable. When you cook with them, especially at high temperatures like frying or searing, they break down rapidly. They release fumes and particles you can't see, but your lungs breathe them in. That invisible smoke carries oxidized fats into your respiratory system, increasing the risk of asthma, allergic reactions, and even cellular damage in lung tissues. What you smell as fried food might smell delicious, but it's not food, it's fumes. Inside your body, the story continues. These oils embed themselves into your cell membranes. Unlike saturated fats, which are stable and strong, polyunsaturated fats make cell walls more fragile. They oxidize easily. This means your cells age faster. They become weaker, more prone to attack. Your immune system becomes confused, sometimes attacking its own tissues, leading to autoimmune problems. Your brain, which is made mostly of fat, becomes inflamed. Memory starts to slip. Mood becomes unstable. Focus disappears. For seniors, this is especially dangerous. As the body ages, its ability to detoxify weakens. Its defenses slow down. The accumulation of damage happens faster. What the body once tolerated in youth now becomes an attack. Many older adults switch to light oils thinking they're doing better. But vegetable oils aren't light. They're loaded, not with calories but with consequences. You might be thinking, but everyone uses these oils. That's true. But everyone also suffers from the same health epidemics: obesity, diabetes, cognitive decline, chronic pain. It's no coincidence. The body reflects what it's fed. You can't expect health from poison. And it's not just cooking. These oils are hiding in places you don't expect. The margarine you spread, the mayonnaise in your sandwich, the cereal in your breakfast, even the peanut butter you thought was healthy. Unless it specifically says no seed oils or made with olive oil, or specifically says no seed oils or made with olive oil or cold pressed, there's a high chance it contains the silent killer. It's not your fault. You were told to trust these oils. They came with health claims, doctor endorsements, and shiny labels. But the truth was buried under marketing, and now we're seeing the cost. Rising heart disease despite avoiding butter, more diabetes despite cutting sugar, more pain, more fog, more fatigue. The enemy isn't always sugar. Sometimes it's what you pour into your pan every single day. And yet you can change that story. Your body remembers. Even when you forget, even when you ignore, your body does not. It holds on to every bite you've taken, every oil you've used, every toxin you've invited in. It doesn't punish you right away, no. The damage is slow, patient, and almost polite. It starts with a little bloating, a bit of fatigue after eating, maybe some joint stiffness in the morning. You brush it off as aging. But what if it isn't just age? What if it's the oil? Inside your cells, a battle is taking place. Your immune system is constantly scanning for invaders, for inflammation, for signs of trouble. And these oils, rich in unstable omega-6 fats, act like smoke signals. They signal that something is wrong. The immune system responds. It sends white blood cells, cytokines, defense mechanisms. But there's no virus, no bacteria. Just constant low-grade inflammation with no enemy to defeat. The body begins to turn on itself. Over time, that silent inflammation becomes disease. Arthritis, type 2 diabetes, brain fog, fatty liver, autoimmune problems, heart attacks. Even some cancers have been linked to diets high in oxidized seed oils. It's not that 1 tablespoon will kill you. It's that 1 tablespoon every day for years wears you down, bit by bit, silently, invisibly. Look at the brain. It is the most fat-dense organ in your body. It needs fats, but the right kinds. Saturated fats and omega-3s from fish or flax support brain function, but omega-6s from processed seed oils, they inflame brain tissue. They disrupt neurotransmitters. They affect mood, memory, and concentration. The rise in anxiety and depression. It's not just emotional, it's nutritional. The rise in dementia and Alzheimer's. It begins with diet, years before symptoms appear. Your joints, where pain creeps in slowly, are lined with tissues sensitive to inflammation. A diet filled with toxic oils makes every step more painful. Your skin becomes thinner, your nails brittle, your hair lifeless. Not because you're old, but because your cells are under attack from within. Even your gut, the center of digestion, immunity, and hormonal balance, is harmed. These oils disrupt the gut lining. They feed harmful bacteria. They weaken the intestinal wall, leading to what many now call leaky gut. And once the gut is compromised, nothing works right. Not your digestion, not your immunity, not your hormones, not your sleep. And yet you were told this oil was safe. It's time to unlearn that lie. Now here's the hope. Your body also remembers healing. The damage is real, but not always permanent. Cells regenerate, tissues repair, inflammation cools. All you have to do is stop pouring in the poison. Start in your kitchen, today, right now. Take a look at your oils, read the labels. If it says canola oil, soybean oil, vegetable oil, corn oil, sunflower, or safflower, it needs to go. Not later now. These are the silent killers. These are the oils that disguise themselves as healthy, while eroding your health from the inside out. Instead, embrace real fats. Return to the old wisdom. Your grandmother knew better. Use extra virgin olive oil for salads, sautéing, and low-heat cooking. Use coconut oil for higher heat. Use ghee or grass-fed butter in moderation. Use beef tallow, duck fat, or avocado oil when you want stability at high temperatures. These are fats your body understands. These are fats your ancestors used for generations without an epidemic of chronic disease. Don't fear fat, fear fake fat. The oil industry has spent decades convincing us that animal fats are the enemy. That butter clogs your arteries, that coconut oil is dangerous, that lard is old-fashioned. But science is shifting. Now we know cholesterol is not the villain. Inflammation is, and these refined seed oils are inflammation in a bottle. It's not just about what you cook with, but also what you eat. Begin to check ingredients, salad dressings, make your own mayonnaise, choose avocado oil-based out-packaged snacks. Most are soaked in seed oils, cut them out. Even health foods, yes, even protein bars may be full of canola or sunflower oil. Always read, always question. And what about eating out? Most